You are listening to the Self-Trust Solution Podcast with Dawn Leday, episode number 78. Welcome back. Today we are talking all about building self-trust through embracing our humanness. This episode is for anyone who feels the weight of trying to be perfect all the time. A timely reminder for myself, I must say, and many of my clients. In a world where we're constantly striving to meet high expectations and avoid mistakes, it's easy to forget that true self-trust comes from embracing our humanness. If you're feeling the pressure to always get it right, this episode is for you. And I'll add, it's for me too. We'll take a look at the myth of perfection, embracing the full spectrum of life and all of its experiences. 4 key permissions we're invited to give ourselves to both embrace our humanness and build self-trust, and practical steps to embrace all of it. If you're ready to take your self-trust to the next level and master your inner dialogue, I have a special gift for you. Head over to theselftrustcoach.com to download my free ebook, Master Your Inner Dialogue, Transforming Your Self-Talk to Achieve Full Success. This guide is packed with practical strategies to help you transform your inner voice and achieve your goals with confidence and infallible follow-through. Download your copy of Master Your Inner Dialogue now at theselftrustcoach.com. Today, we're diving into one of the key aspects of developing unshakable self-trust, and that is making room for our humanness. It's so easy to get caught up in thinking that we have to get everything right all of the time, that we need to always do what we say we're going to do, never making mistakes or wrong choices, never changing our mind or shifting. But the truth is that life is created in the experiences, and those experiences come from a wide spectrum of doing things right and wrong and in between, things going our way, not our way, in the whole spectrum of in between. Trust is allowing for all of it, embracing the wins and the lessons, and the incredible connections, opportunities, and possibilities that open up because of them. And what gets in the way of that often is this myth of perfection. We often think that to trust ourselves, we need to be perfect. No mistakes, no wrong choices, always following through on what we say. But this myth of perfection is unrealistic and stifling. It doesn't allow for ebbs and flows and creativity. So it's crucial to recognize that life's richness comes from its variety. Many of our most innovative thoughts and solutions come out of things that aren't perfect, come out of mistakes, wrong choices, and not following through on what we say. So trust isn't at all about perfection. It's about resilience, learning and growing from every experience, whether it's a triumph or a setback. Self-trust means making room for the entire spectrum of emotions and experiences. It's about embracing your wins and your lessons, acknowledging your imperfections, and understanding that each moment, good or bad, contributes to your growth. When we drop the harsh rules and guide ourselves based on our values and goals, we create space for a more authentic and fulfilling life. And in that vein, in that lens, imperfections may not be imperfections at all. They could be, and we may wish to then delegate out, hire out, or learn something new, or we may just change our perspective of it and see how what we're calling an imperfection actually could be a strength in some ways and just not in the way we're trying to apply it in the moment. So important. So self-trust means making room for all of that, embracing mistakes as learning opportunities, allowing for imperfections, and even reframing them sometimes, and experiencing the full range of emotions. Because all of it plays a part in shaping your experience and helping you grow, helping you figure out what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't work. This leads to some key permissions that we have an opportunity to give ourselves to both grow in self-trust and to enhance our embracing of our very own humanness. The first is to dream, hope, and want. Giving yourself permission to dream, hope, and want. It really creates the safe space for you to share what you truly desire, whether you ever act on it or not. If you allow that, give yourself that permission without the follow up of obligation, notice what comes up for you. It becomes this place to explore possibility without the fear that of the how or what could happen along the way. You're creating more openness and embracing the part of you that is meant to dream and hope and want instead of shutting it down. The next permission we want to give is to forgive and to receive forgiveness. Understand that forgiveness is a powerful tool for healing and moving forward. If you forgive yourself and others, you release negative energy and build self-trust. And you can do this without approval of another person, without approval of a particular action. It's just the release, giving yourself permission to forgive and receive forgiveness. And whether that's from you, for you, from you to someone else, from someone else to you, give yourself permission to forgive and be forgiven. The next permission that we have an opportunity to give ourselves is to fall and get back up. Now, we're doing it all the time, right? So you may be like, yeah, of course, to fall and get back up. But we want to make that like clear ahead of time, not just after the fact. Like, yes, I fell and I got back up. That is a beautiful thing to recognize. That too can build self-trust when you're celebrating those wins. But giving ourselves permission ahead of time allows us to make decisions that aren't restricted by fear. They allow us to take some calculated risks, some bigger steps towards our goals. So resilience is a key to self-trust. And when you make it safe to fall because you know that you have the strength to get back up and try again, that's a decision you make ahead of time. Your decisions won't be encumbered by that fear. The final permission that we want to give ourselves is to give and receive. Trust means understanding the balance between giving and receiving. Many times I find that my listeners and clients are better at giving than receiving. If that's you, make it your goal to increase your self-trust by giving yourself permission to receive as well. Because the truth is that is part of human connection. It's part of reaching for and achieving goals. Many times we can misunderstand that self-trust means self-reliance only on self, isolation almost. And it is very much not that. Self-trust means giving yourself permission and making it safe to both give more than you receive, give without expectation, and receiving sometimes without having given. Recognizing that that is part of a full life. That is part of business. It is part of connection with other humans. Give and receive. Try to give without expecting anything in return. Doesn't mean you won't, but just see the difference that you create for yourself when you're giving just because you want to give. Also, receiving. Don't get caught up in deserving. There's an episode about that if you want to go back and search deserving and worthy. And you'll see that deserving is really a decision. You get to decide that you deserve it, or you could decide that you don't, and it's okay, because to receive is just opening yourself up to the gift of someone else. So you let the person who's giving decide. You leave it to them. That's what they want to do, is give. You're allowing their humanness to meet your humanness. So reflect on your values can also help you embrace your humanness. Practicing self-compassion will always do that. If you treat yourself with the same kindness that you would offer someone else, if you treat yourself with respect, that will help you build self-trust. Always celebrating small wins and seeking growth, not perfections. Because embracing your humanness is fundamental to building self-trust. By allowing for mistakes, imperfections, the full range of emotions, you create a safe space for yourself to grow and thrive, to evolve and shift and change as you move towards your goals. Trusting yourself means understanding that every experience, good or bad, is a valuable part of the journey. So I invite you to drop the harsh rules and guide yourself based on your values and goals, making room for the entire spectrum of human experience, mistakes, imperfections, and all. And you will cultivate a deep and resilient self-trust. What will you take away from today's episode? My goal is for you to allow for your entire human, glorious self, embracing all of that humanness. To understand that self-trust is not about being perfect or being isolated. It's about being resilient and learning from every experience, which means having experiences. It means embracing your full range of emotions for personal growth and developing that self-trust. Giving yourself permission to make mistakes, to dream, to hope, to forgive, to receive is a vital part of doing this. And you can take practical steps to support this by reflecting on your values, practicing self-compassion, celebrating small wins, and seeking growth over perfection every time. Allowing and embracing our humanness is not about settling for less or being overly permissive with ourselves. It's about initiating meaningful change from a place of acceptance rather than disapproval. When we approach our goals and challenges with self-compassion, we create a strong foundation for growth and transformation. This acceptance empowers us to navigate the ups and downs with resilience and grace, fostering true self-trust and a solid path forward. Thank you for joining me today on the Self-Trust Solution Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a review. This helps me reach new listeners, continue to create content, and brings me so much joy in my mission to help you create self-trust fueled goal success. Join us next week for episode number 79. Thanks for tuning in and have a trust-filled week. Are you ready to overcome procrastination for good and take control of your goal success? Join me for a free live masterclass where we'll tackle the root causes of goal stagnation and unlock the keys to unstoppable follow through. Get actionable tools and insights you need to conquer procrastination and achieve your goals with confidence. Don't let procrastination and self-sabotage hold you back any longer. Secure your spot now and take the first step towards unstoppable progress. Secure your spot and overcome procrastination for good at theselftrustcoach.com/self-talk.